Remember those thrilling voyages aboard the USS Enterprise? Back in 1987, Star Trek: The Next Generation beamed into our hearts, with Captain Picard and his bold crew exploring strange new worlds. Fast forward to 2025. Join us as we revisit the iconic cast then and now, reliving the moments that sparked endless wonder and shaped sci-fi forever. Number 1. Patrick Stewart as Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Born in 1940, Patrick was 47 when he joined the show in 1987. As the wise diplomatic captain of the Enterprise, Picard embodied intellect and moral authority, often resolving crises through reason and ethics. After TNG, he starred as Professor Xavier in the X-Men films, earning acclaim, and voiced Avery Bullock on American Dad. In 2025, at age 85, he's reprising Xavier in Avengers. Doomsday continues theater work and advocates for social causes like domestic violence awareness while participating in autograph signings and fan events. Number 2. Jonathan Frakes as Commander William Thomas Will Riker. Born in 1952, Jonathan was 35 in 1987. Riker was the charismatic, bold first officer, known for his poker skills, trombone playing, and adventurous spirit. Post-TNG, he directed Star Trek films like First Contact and episodes of various series, hosted Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction, and voiced animated roles. In 2025, at 72, he's directing episodes of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds and Star Trek: Starfleet Academy, while working on projects like Deathlands and Arthur C. Clarke's Venus Prime. Number 3. Lavar Burton as Lieutenant Commander Geordi LaForge. Born in 1957, Lavar was 30 in 1987. Geordi was the brilliant blind chief engineer using a visor for sight, symbolizing resilience and innovation. After the series, he hosted Reading Rainbow, winning Emmys, directed episodes, and created podcasts like Lavar Burton Reads. In 2025, at 68, he's hosting Trivial Pursuit on the CW, delivering commencement speeches like at Howard University, working on Weather Hunters, and continuing his Sound Detectives podcast for kids. Number 4. Marina Certis as Counselor Deanna Troi. Born in 1955, Marina was 32 in 1987. Troi was the empathetic half-Betazoid counselor, using her emotion-reading abilities to advise the crew, evolving into a stronger officer. Following TNG, she voiced Demona in Gargoyles, appeared in NCIS, and starred in theater like Dark Sublime. In 2025, at 70, she's starring in DreamHacker, attending conventions worldwide like London Film and Comic-Con, and continuing voice acting while engaging with fans. Number 5. Brent Spiner as Lieutenant Commander Data. Born in 1949, Brent was 38 in 1987. Data was the android officer questing for humanity, known for his logic, curiosity, and inability to use contractions. After TNG, he won a Saturn Award for First Contact, starred in Independence Day, and returned to Broadway in 1776. In 2025, at 76, he's reprising roles in Night Court, voicing characters in animations, attending conventions like GalaxyCon, and expressing openness to Star Trek. Legacy if it materializes. Number 6. Michael Dorne as Lieutenant Worf. Born in 1952, Michael was 34 in 1987. Worf was the honorable Klingon security chief, grappling with his heritage and duty in Starfleet, often showcasing fierce loyalty and warrior ethos in battles and personal struggles. Post-TNG, he starred in Deep Space Nine, voiced characters in Gargoyles and Invincible, and directed episodes across Star Trek series. He earned praise for his portrayal of Worf's depth in Picard Season 3. In 2025, at 72, he's voicing Battle Beast again in Invincible, discussing potential Worf returns before retirement, and reflecting on his directing legacy like the acclaimed Deep Space Nine episode. Number 7. Gates McFadden as Dr. Beverly Crusher. Born in 1949, Gates was 38 in 1987. Beverly was the compassionate chief medical officer and single mother, balancing care, command, and romance while healing the crew through crises. After the show, she taught theater at universities, directed Star Trek episodes, and narrated documentaries like The Center Seat. She reprised Crusher and Picard, exploring family dynamics. In 2025, at 76, she's hosting her podcast Gates McFadden Investigates, presenting at the Saturn Awards, attending fan conventions, and expressing eagerness to return as Crusher if Star Trek Legacy happens. Number 8. Majel Barrett as Enterprise Computer. Born in 1932, Majel was 55 in 1987. She voiced the calm, omnipresent computer, providing essential information, alerts, and interfacing with the crew in countless missions. Known as the First Lady of Star Trek, she also played Lwaxana Troi and Nurse Chapel in earlier series. After TNG, she produced Earth Final Conflict and Andromeda, based on Gene Roddenberry's ideas, and continued voicing computers in later Star Trek projects. Majel passed away in 2008 from leukemia at age 76. Number 9. Wil Wheaton as Wesley Crusher. Born in 1972, Wil was 15 in 1987. Wesley was the prodigy ensign, often saving the ship with his genius inventions, though polarizing fans with his youthful overachieving. Post-TNG, he hosted Tabletop, narrated audiobooks like Ready Player One, appeared on The Big Bang Theory, and wrote memoir Still Just a Geek. In 2025, at 52, he's kicking off convention season at Montreal Comic-Con, teasing a Stand By Me 40th anniversary reunion, working on passion projects, and hosting his podcast Storytime with Wil Wheaton while focusing on writing. Number 10. Colum Meanie as Chief Miles O'Brien. Born in 1953, Colum was 34 in 1987. O'Brien was the reliable transporter chief, later a family man enduring hardships like war and captivity, symbolizing everyday heroism. After TNG, he starred in Deep Space Nine, earned a Golden Globe nod for The Snapper, led Hell on Wheels, and appeared in films like Layer Cake. In 2025, at 72, he's receiving the IFTA Lifetime Achievement Award, starring as Ian Bailey in a film about the Sophie Toscan, Du Plantier murder trial, and featuring in the thriller Safe Harbor. Number 11. Denise Crosby as Lieutenant Natasha Tasha Yar. Born in 1957, Denise was 30 in 1987. Tasha was the fierce security chief, embodying strength and bravery, tragically killed by Armis in Season 1, but returning as alternate timelines and her Romulan daughter Sela. After leaving TNG to avoid being background, she starred in Pet Sematary, produced Trekkies documentaries, and appeared in The Walking Dead and Suits. She revealed talks for a Tasha Yar role in the proposed Star Trek Legacy series. In 2025, at 68, she's recovering from her Pacific Palisades home destruction in California fires, attending conventions, and expressing interest in Trek returns while focusing on personal projects. Number 12. Whoopi Goldberg as Guinan. Born in 1955, Whoopi was 32 in 1987. Guinan was the enigmatic El Orion bartender in 10 Forward, offering timeless wisdom and support to the crew through centuries of experience. Post-TNG, she won an Oscar for Ghost, hosted The View, achieved EGOT status, and starred in sister act films and Till. In 2025, at 70, she's featured in Lincoln Center Theater's 2025 to 2026 season, attended the Met Gala in a sequined Tom Brown look, took a brief hiatus from The View in June, denounced politicizing Texas floods on the show, and made a surprising announcement about new activism initiatives. Number 13. Diana Moldor as Dr. Pulaski. Born in 1938, Diana was 49 in 1987. Pulaski was the no-nonsense chief medical officer in Season 2, skeptical of Data's sentience but growing respectful, handling crises with sharp wit and expertise. After TNG, she starred in LA Law, earning Emmy nods, appeared in Born Free and MQ, and served as president of the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. She largely retired from acting in the 1990s to focus on animal welfare, particularly Airedale Terriers. In 2025, at 87, she enjoys a quiet retirement in Los Angeles, occasionally reflecting on her career in interviews and supporting charitable causes. Number 14. Patty Yasutake as Nurse Alyssa Ogawa. Born in 1953, Patty was 34 in 1987. Ogawa was the dedicated enterprise nurse, assisting in medical bays, evolving from background to key support in episodes like Data's Day and evolving personal storylines. After TNG, she appeared in Gung Ho, Road to Galveston, and earned acclaim for her role as Fumi in Netflix's Beef, alongside theater work in Los Angeles Asian American companies. Patty passed away in 2024 from a rare form of T-cell lymphoma at age 70. Number 15. Robert O'Reilly as Gowron. Born in 1950, Robert was 37 in 1987. Gowron was the fierce Klingon leader, known for his intense, wide-eyed presence and political cunning, rising to Chancellor in TNG and Deep Space Nine. His commanding performances made Gowron a fan favorite. Post-TNG, he appeared in The Mask, voiced characters in video games, and performed in theater. In 2025, at 75, he's attending Star Trek conventions, sharing Klingon lore, and working on a memoir about his career, while occasionally guest starring in sci-fi series like Star Trek Lower Decks. Number 16. Michelle Forbes as Ensign Ro Laren. Born in 1965, Michelle was 22 in 1987. Ro was the rebellious Bajoran ensign, court-martialed before joining the Enterprise, bringing grit and conflict to the crew. Post-TNG, she starred in Homicide, Life on the Street, True Blood, and earned an Emmy nod for The Killing. She declined a Deep Space Nine role to pursue films like California. In 2025, at 60, she's filming for the series Grey's Anatomy, attending fan conventions like GalaxyCon, and exploring voice work in upcoming video games. Number 17. Rosalyn Chow as Keiko O'Brien. Born in 1957, Rosalyn was 30 in 1987. Keiko was the botanist and devoted wife of Miles O'Brien, balancing family life and science on the Enterprise, later Deep Space Nine. After TNG, she starred in The Joy Luck Club, Mulan as Hua Li, and Netflix's Three Body Problem. In 2025, at 68, she's promoting her role in Freaky Tales, appearing in Sweet Tooth Season 3, and participating in Star Trek fan events. Number 18. John Delancey as Q. Born in 1948, John was 39 in 1987. Q was the omnipotent, mischievous entity, testing humanity's worth through trials and chaos, challenging Picard's resolve. Post-TNG, he appeared in Stargate SG-1, Breaking Bad, and voiced Discord in My Little Pony. He reprised Q in Picard Season 2. In 2025, at 77, he's working on a Star Trek Q audio drama, attending conventions like Destination Star Trek and advocating for arts education. Number 19. Brian Bonsol as Alexander Rozhenko. Born in 1981, Brian was 6 in 1987. Alexander was Worf's young Klingon son, navigating his dual heritage with innocence and occasional defiance. After TNG, he starred in Family Ties and Blank Check, but left acting in 1994 to focus on music with punk bands like the Ataris. In 2025, at 44, he's performing with his band Low Job, sharing nostalgic TNG memories at fan events, and working on new music projects. Number 20. Dwight Schultz as Barclay. Born in 1947, Dwight was 40 in 1987. Barclay was the awkward, brilliant engineer, struggling with social anxiety and holodeck addiction, endearing fans with his vulnerability. Post-TNG, he voiced characters in Ben 10, voiced Mung Dal in Chowder, and appeared in Voyager. In 2025, at 78, he's semi-retired, occasionally voicing roles in animated series, attending Star Trek conventions and sharing stories from his A-Team days as Howling Mad Murdoch. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.